Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jason. I'm back again with another video, and I got some singles to show today. A bunch of techno singles, actually really good underground stuff from mostly 2010s era, which is not that long ago. But it's getting there, right? Including this first track that I'm playing right now, which is Killer EP by Parasole. I think it's just a 3-tracker on this one. This came out in 2014 on Osciton, which is of course the label associated with the Bergheim in Berlin. Pretty famous techno club. Club is still going, but the label has since finished. And a very strong run, a lot of interesting stuff. This is not the most interesting release by Parasole or the label, but it is a good sort of dance floor oriented techno track. A couple of tracks, quite repetitive and a little bit hypnotic. Actually got 2 Parasole records recently. These were both out of Toronto at the Invisible City record shop, which I've been hitting up quite a bit lately. The other Parasole that I got was this one on MDR Records, which is, of course, Marcel Dettmann Records. Marcel Dettmann, famous producer DJ from Germany. His label, named after himself, which is, I guess, keeping it very simple. This one, I think I prefer this one. I actually quite prefer this one over the other one that I got by Parasole. This was an earlier thing on MDR 11. I think, let's see my notes here. I think this is 2014 or 2016. 2013, and the Osciton is 2014. But yeah, Parasole is very well known. New York City based producer, DJ, still playing lots. Well known for partnership with Levon Vincent, doing deep house, deep techno, if you will. These are pretty deep cuts, a little bit hypnotic. Just really well done too, really nicely produced on that label, I gotta say. I got another one on MDR too. I've got a bunch on MDR over the years, but recently found these 2 for pretty cheap. As you can see, $78 Canadian, so American, that's like $5. This one, really good EP, 5 tracks by Museum, artist named Museum. It's actually a duo. It is Anton Piet of Amsterdam and Jeroen Legbergets, also from Netherlands. Now Jeroen he's the owner of Redial Records, and he also records as Redial, which I have a bunch of singles from on Mord, another killer label from the Netherlands. So some really good, strong Netherlands techno. Again, 2010s release. This was MDR 21, so it came out a bit after the Parasole record. Loving these singles, playing them lots. Probably will make their way into a mix very soon. Now, we'll get into stuff that I just got on order, but I'll finish off with one more record. I don't think I've shown this record yet, that I got from Invisible City, and I've been really big on this label lately. This is another Northern Electronics label release album. Abdullah Rashim, A Shell of Speed is the name of this record, and it's out of Stockholm, Sweden. Just really killer stuff. Deep techno, minimal techno, and ambient stuff. Heavy listen. Yeah, don't have a lot of notes on the artist, but I've been really following this label lately, Northern Electronics. This is number 24, I guess, and recorded 2014 to 2015. I got a few records now on this label, continuing to pick up stuff on this label, and maybe I'll be able to do a, like a best of or ranking soon of Northern Electronics, because I'm getting so much stuff. Put out a lot of good albums as well as EPs and singles. And I think I got something else actually on Northern Electronics to show as a segue. This one? Yes. So this one was number 24. Number 29, I again from 2010s. We got this all white album cover, but it does have the artist punched in here, ingrained. This is London Oil again. London spelled Lundin, and Between the Shields record. Album is better than it looks, I would say. But here's the stuff in the back. I think they probably could have went for an album cover, but you know, they're going for that ultra minimal look. I got another London Oil not long ago on 10-inch, I believe on Northern Electronics as well, and this one is also on Northern Electronics, great label out of Sweden. Minimalist, techno, it's an album, 7 tracks in total. Again, goes from sort of ambient drone to really minimal techno to some industrial ambient. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but it's real. It can actually happen. More of an industrial sound of techno next, and absolute legend on the scene for that kind of sound, Vatican Shadow. Picked this up through Discogs. Of course, this is kind of the launch of his whole Iraqi commentary singles. This one's the Iraqi Praetorian Guard, and I notice he's used this general or this individual on a few album covers. A bunch of sort of military propaganda language. Here's the inside of this sucker. This is on Blackest Ever Black, I think. Yeah, Blackest Ever Black label out of UK. I've got a bunch on that label too. Probably could do a ranking. Really dark stuff. Really good stuff too. Going from ambient to techno often on that label. This one, dark techno, not leaning in towards industrial. And of course the killer track on this is the remix. This came out in 2012, including tracks Cairo Sword Unsheathed, Gunman with Silencer, and Church of All Images, Regis version. So Regis Carl O'Connor of the UK. He's been putting out techno since 1995, I think, was his first single. I've been collecting Regis for years, ever since those days, and he did a really killer remix on this Vatican Shadow release. Sticking with the same label, Blackest Ever Black from the UK. Got this single. It's an extreme close-up here of guy's face and the needle. This is kind of a movie soundtrack homage, recreation by the band Black Rain. Now they're from New York City. They originally started like in the 80s, 88, sort of post-industrial punk, and have moved more and more towards ambient techno since the departure of one of their members. So I need to get more Black Rain for sure. This one's called Now I'm Just a Number, soundtracks 93 to 94. It's mostly stuff from Neuromancer, William Gibson's famous book, and Johnny Mnemonic, I believe. Yeah, Johnny Mnemonic, 1995, and originally composed from Neuromancer, CD 1994. So there you go, Black Rain. I need, I think that's kind of like their band logo. I need to get more stuff by these guys. This one is really strong. Very interesting, ambient, experimental, solid stuff on Blackest Ever Black. I think I actually visited Blackest Ever Black once on a trip to London. It was kind of in a far eastern corner of the city, but not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I went to their shop. Another UK label they've got a lot on, the TTT label, that is Trilogy Tapes, and this one is Dario Zenker's EP on the label. Well known for its interesting cover art and drawings, etc. on this label. I'm definitely due for a best of ranking for Trilogy Tapes label because I've got a ton of EPs and singles. It's just a really interesting label. It kind of varies quite a bit. You go from experimental techno to some even housey kind of beats to break beats to bass stuff, but all pretty interesting. Sometimes just straight up drone kind of noisy releases. This is 4-tracker. It's got a little bit of breaks on here, but also some sort of big room techno sounds as well. And I think at least one track on the B-side is kind of experimental. Experimental electronic. This is great stuff. So Dario Zenker. I don't have any of his other stuff, but he's got a ton of singles on various labels. And last but not least, we're going to wrap it up here with an artist I've never heard of before, but I think possibly Swedish again, because guess what? It's on the Northern Electronics label again. I've just been filling up on this label. This is Vit Fana and Irrgang. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Irrgang, which translates to insanity in English. Yeah, solid release again. This is an album. This is, so I said at the beginning it's going to be a bunch of singles. There's actually lots of electronic albums thrown in this video here. Again, 2010s is from 2015 to 2016. Northern Electronics 35. Just get everything basically on this label. It's a really cool label. Dark, experimental, industrial at times, little bits. Techno at times. It's all in there. This artist, Vit Fana, F-A-N-A, pseudonym obviously, but yeah, more Northern Electronic stuff. So that's my update, recent pickups in the techno category. I think I might have got some other bits and bobs, but couldn't locate them all right now. So I'll see you guys in the next one.